if you can see, there's little pearl bumps every 5th round, so that gives you a guide to use for your smocking technique. It's pretty straightforward, and I like to start from the center bottom here, right below the thumb. Really, you could start wherever you want, but basically when you're working kind of in groups of rows. So we have these rows and these rows that we're going to be using. So I'm going to start right there with my needle. I'm just going to bring it right up. And I do like to leave myself tails, nice long tails, so that when you darn in your ends, you have those little ends to do, just to make everything nice and secure. And then I'm going to hold it like this, and I like to work always in this direction, which is the nice thing about having a piece in the round, is you don't have to turn around. So I'm just going to start by connecting these two, pulling it a little snug. You want to be careful not to pull this too tight. You want to keep your tension nice and even and a little bit loose. So my next step is to connect these two spots. So I'm just going to come in, go up there, pull that through. And this is kind of the crucial moment where you want to make sure that you're not pulling too tightly or too loosely. I'm going to go over here and connect these two. Pull up a little bit. That's 2 connections made. So then my next connection is between these two, back to my lower row. So that's 3. And I'm just going to keep going that way. You can be really picky about exactly where you place your needle, or you can be a little bit more loose about it. What's nice about those little pearl bumps is they give you a good sense of where you are in terms of your vertical position, which is nice. Otherwise, when you're smocking plain stockinette or even plain ribbing, you have to constantly be counting the rows. So the big advantage here of the beaded rib is that you don't have to do that. So you can still get snagged on the thumb. So I like to keep it really loose, so loose, loose, and then when I come back down here, I'm just going to give it a little extra tug, not too tight. Remember, with sewing, as with most things, you can always make things a little tighter. But if you do it too tight to start with, you're kind of in trouble.